Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this live session today. And we are going to go deeper into the training part of it. How to give the transformative Lean Six Sigma uh, training, because training is a internal part of a skill set which we are developing. Okay, because once you become a black belt and a master black belt, then training becomes a necessity skill set for even to get a job. Okay, because in your job description also training requirement is very clearly mentioned, right? So I'm going to go deeper into that, and I'm going to give you a checklist today for any kind of training program. That checklist will be there for your help. Okay, so it will be a very important checklist for you. And what aspects as a trainer you should consider in the offline training and as well as the online training, because both are very important aspects of it. And apart from that, what kinds of preparation you need to do to give the training of any kind, like Lean Six Sigma, yellow belt, green belt, black belt, any kind of training. What kind of preparation is required? Okay, so are you ready for this? Just type yes in the chat box if you're ready. Take a lot of notes, ask a lot of questions, and here we go. Ready? Super. Now, for energy, understand this. For understanding, for learning something, your energy has to be very high. Okay, if your energy is very high, then you will what you can say, you will understand, you will perceive, you can consume your you can grab those things very effectively. Okay, otherwise also if you are listening, right? But if your energy levels are very high, so always make sure that your energy levels are very high when you are learning something new. Okay, and you are going to learn something new today as well. So let me just share my screen with you. There are a couple of presentation I'm going to share with you, after the recordings, below the recording video. Okay. So anybody who's attending the live session first time, just like me in the chat box, who does not know how the live session functions, etc. Anybody like that in the room right now? Just like me in the chat box. I'm seeing all at least fairly senior people, at least 2-3 weeks and more senior people. Anybody who is a newborn baby here today? Today is the first day in the classroom. Okay. Who's this? Okay, Shashank is there. Fantastic. Okay, who else? Who else apart from Shashank? Okay, Nitin Singh. Okay, this is your first session, is it? Okay, great. Chalo, so let's welcome everybody. Please type welcome Shashank and Nitin in this community and give them the very warm welcome. Yeah, type just welcome Shashank, Nitin. Welcome, guys. Okay, so we'll have the live session for maybe an hour or so. Then we'll open the session for a question answer where you can just raise your hand, and yeah, Vikas is also there. Just add Vikas as well. Vikas is also there. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So you can ask the questions whether it is related to today's topic or whether it is any other topic, and take a lot of notes as well. That will help you a lot. Okay. Yeah, so let me just check out which one should we start with. Okay, now for a trainer. Okay, now it's kind of a train the trainer kind of a thing, which we are discussing today. Now, for the trainer, there are certain aspects you need to basically consider, you need to understand, okay, to teach the subject. And why this is important, let me just cover that first. Okay, now for the trainer, the biggest thing, let me share this with you. Okay, let me discuss best strategies first of all to master Lean Six. Now, to become Lean Six Sigma trainer, and as a black belt or as a master black belt, you have to become a trainer by default. Okay, that's what I said in the job description. Companies mention your training skills are mandatory. Okay, not kind of it will be added advantage. No, it is not added advantage. It will be a mandatory skill, a training skill. Now, to become the trainer, the first thing what you need to do is master the subject itself. That's the most important thing. Understand this. Master the subject itself. If you want to really become a good trainer, really become the master of the subject. Okay, and again, mastery is kind of excellence. It's an ongoing journey. You'll never achieve. It's not a destination. It's a journey. Okay, so it's always making ourselves better every day. Okay, so what are the best strategies to master this subject? Let me first cover that, because once your fundas are clear, then you become a better trainer. Then comes the part of communication, and all those, other things, right? The public speaking aspects, etc. But the first thing is that clarity about the subject itself. Okay, so what are the best strategies first to make yourself clear? Are you clear with this point? So there are 2, 3 aspects I'm covering. One is how to master the subject itself. Are you clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. Okay, so this is very good for the new entrants, and this is very good for the people who are in the master black belt cadre. So your role is first to master the subject itself. Okay, now, so always remember this 86-14 rule. What is 86-14 rule? This is a rule of memory. What it says: human beings have very, what you can say, very shallow memory. We can't hold a lot of information for a very long time. Okay, and this 86-14 rule says whatever we learn during the day get flushes out. 86% of the content get flushes out during the same day itself. Before we go to bed, 86% of the content becomes flushed out of our memory because of the limitation we have. Okay, so now when we are learning, this limitation we will first face, then our students also will face the same thing. Understand this? And this is it's a proven science. Numbers would be somewhere different for individual to individual. And somebody who is doing a very good, memory techniques practice or some meditation may have a good retention ability, but the normal people, this 86-14 rule is absolutely applicable. Okay, let me ask, how many of you guys are doing meditation every day? Just type me in the chat box. How many of you do meditation every day? Just type me in the chat box. Every day. Not sometimes. Okay, yeah, first week of the year. No, I'm asking every day without fail. How many of you like that? Okay, there are a couple of people. Yeah, I was expecting the minority response on this question, but again, it will have its own, so if you want to improve your memory, your ability to retain and communication, okay, meditation is going to be very, very helpful. Okay, any kind of meditation, just close your eyes and just what you can say, put your focus on the breathing pattern. Yeah, that would be okay. Sandhya Vandanam you are doing fantastic. So any form of meditation, any form of religious practice or anything. Okay, just do the meditation. It concentrates the mind. It focuses the mind. Now this 86-14 rule is very, very important. Now how do we deal with this? That means whatever we are learning, let's say we have started learning green belt, example. Okay. Now, whatever we are consuming during the day, whatever we have understanding, 86% we are going to forget understanding. 86%. Okay. Yeah, fantastic. That's great. Now, how do you retain this? The only way of retention is, write this down, notes plus revision. Write this down. Now, if you want to become a good trainer, first become a good learner, good student, and then make your students replica of yours. Understand this? Right? How many of you, the senior people, remember every time I always focus upon the notes. Even in our green belt, black belt, we ask you guys to submit the notes. Why these notes are important? Not for me, not for the other mentors. These notes are important for you, that you have gone through this grind and you have understood this, and you will be able to revise it anytime. That notes will be very, very handy. Otherwise, if you believe that I will watch Girish sir's video and then I will understand the concept, but you need to take the notes. And while taking the notes, try to connect that with your own example. That will be even more effective. Are you understanding? And revision meaning every time, let's say whatever you have covered in the week, at least on a weekend, just brush through that pages, just rush through that pages. It will trigger those memory. It will trigger those what you can say, the neural connection, neural pathways. It will fire those neural pathways and it will get revised automatically. So notes plus revision is the way you should come over this limitation of 86-14. Are you clear with this? 86% is going to be you are going to lose that information. So keep the notes and keep the revision. And see, our question papers are also open book questions. Okay, so we have to, the notes are going to be handy for your examination point of view as well. Okay, the beginners, the people who are starting new, please start taking your own notes. And there are few sample notes are also given in your curriculum itself. You can just check those notes, how they are prepared. It can be anything, electronic notes or handwritten notes. Okay, but take the notes, that will help you in a big way. Okay, that's the first point I wanted to convey.
Sir, I need to ask one question over here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupting you. Sir, I have joined last month. Even I am regularly joining the class. There are some family problems. I'm not able to study the material. So just I want to know that when is the exam and how can I need to prepare so that I can prepare in the appear into the exam.
Okay, so what I will do is just keep all the questions at the end. Okay, if you have any
Okay.
specific question related to this topic, maybe you can just put that in the chat box. Okay, we will have the
Okay.
question answer at the end of the session. Okay, yeah,
Sure.
keep your questions and I will answer all the questions. Okay, fair enough,
Sure.
everybody.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, now this is very, very important. This is a learning pyramid. Try to understand this. Now, as a trainer, you should understand this. What does it say? See, how did we learn in our college days, in our school days? It was all about lecturing and reading. Yes or no? Lecturing and reading. Everybody agree with me? All we have, we used to have a professor or a school teacher used to come in the class and lecture us, and then we used to read our textbooks and used to read that and see the retention. These are some of the scientifically proven numbers. Now, these are just a reference number. It can be plus and minus here and there for individual to individual basis. But these are the least retention rates. Now, the methods, this side are the methods, and this side are the retention rates. Understand this? Okay. So, what these neuroscientists and the experts have realized that the best retention is by simulation, which is practice and teaching others. Understand this? If you practice, there will be a 75% retention. And if you teach others, it will be 80% rejection. See, sorry, retention, not rejection. ये project करते करते rejection ही बैठ गया मुंह में. Okay. So the point I'm driving here, understand this. If you want to become a master in a shortest span, just follow this technique. Learn, implement, and teach. Okay, and this technique I always propagate everywhere. Learn, implement it in the project practically so that you will understand the nitty-gritty of it. You will understand the practical problems, challenges one can get while implementing this. Okay, it's like so it's like driving and swimming. You cannot learn by reading the books. You have to experience it. And Lean Six Sigma is also experiential learning. Okay, conceptual clarity has a very limited, what you can say, scope. But if you implement it, that will give you a lot of confidence. And what we need to do is just learn the tools, whatever are covered in our green belt and the black belt curriculum. That is what we need to basically master. That's it. Okay. So learning, then practically applying in the projects, and then teaching others. Now, we have to be very, very innovative in that. Now, a lot of you guys have the challenge that my company does not allow the project. How many of you have that challenge? Just type yes in the chat box or me in the chat box. Your company does not allow Lean Six Sigma. Your company does not allow the projects. How many of you like that? Just type me in the chat. A lot of you? Fantastic. Now the answer to that, I'll give you the answer in couple of in couple of ways. Complete the statement. My company does not allow Lean Six Sigma implementation. That's your current statement. Okay, that's your right now. Your statement is my company does not allow Lean Six Sigma implementation. Just add current into that. Your statement will become my current company does not allow Lean Six Sigma implementation. My today's company, are you going to stay there for lifelong? Answer is no. Does not mean the next company will not give me the chance. Obviously, if a next company, if I choose to go into this field, I will choose those companies, right? I will choose. There are a lot of companies which are using Lean Six Sigma, which are using these tools. Some of the, some of the IT companies, some of the BPOs, maybe the names would be different. For example, let me give you a couple of examples. Now, we were working with DHL. Now, DHL is implementing Lean Six Sigma. The name of the drive is called First Choice because they want to become first choice of their customers. When it was implemented in Vodafone, their name was Fast Forward. The methodology is same. The tools are same. So if you choose such companies where these kinds of drives are always there, and it's not big deal, right? With this certification, whatever we are learning, it is not a big deal to crack interviews and get a job in those companies. So the statement is your current company does not allow that. That does not mean your next company will not. So that's one, what you can say, a closed door is opening. Second, now understand this. I always encourage people. Now, wherever you are staying, okay. Now let's say I'm staying in Mumbai. Now around Mumbai, there are certain industrial belts. There are certain SME, MSME companies. How many of you have these small, medium sector companies around you? Just type me in the chat box. How many of you have this? Especially the people who don't have the implementation opportunity in their company. Do you have? If you just take your vehicle, okay, just drive around 30 kilometers radius, you will find those industries, small, medium companies, right? Correct? Now, tell me, if you approach them, just have a scenario. You have Saturday, Sunday off, you approach them and ask them, I will just come 1 day a week or maybe 3 or 4 days a week. Okay, just reach out to them, their management, and tell them that I am certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. Now understand this. This is practically possible. I can do it. Okay, if you are not able to, what you can just speak with them, just put me on phone. I will convince them. Now ask them. I will not take a single rupee from you. Just make sure my travel and food expenses are taken care of. That's it. And I will solve your critical problem, maybe 3 to 4 critical problems in the company in next 3 months. Can we do that? Can we do that? Type in the chat box. Just we have to knock the doors. Few people say, no, we will not allow you. But there would be few people, right? They will say yes. Yes or no? So we need to be a little innovative in learning. Okay. My current company does not allow, should not stop you to exploring the other paths of implementing these kinds of things. Don't wait. And you have to be absolutely open-minded. It can be the canteen of your company. It can be, and you know what? I'll give you another third option. I'll give you third option. In your company, you can do the project without disclosing. You have the data. You have the Minitab software. You just analyze the data. Okay, you know how to do the cause and effect, Pareto principle. If your management does not believe, don't show it to them. But you can do you can find out the solutions. In your appraisal, you can secretly have done a project and these are the solutions. Just implement it. There are various ways we can think about it. Are you understanding? Yeah. And explore a lot of things. Talk to your management that I want to do the project. Let's see what happens. What they do. Have you spoken with them? That's the first question. A lot of people even don't speak with their bosses. That kya bolenge wo log. Okay, lot of people even hide that I'm doing something Lean Six Sigma. If they come to know, then they will understand that I'm trying something for the new job, so that they keep it within themselves and they don't disclose it. A lot of things are there, so you have to be little open-minded and think possibilities. Clear? So learn, implement. Everybody, please type LIT in the chat box. LIT. LIT is learn, implement, and teach. Very, very powerful. And start following this. See, just don't come to the live sessions, listen to this, and just keep it in the records. Okay, implement it. Implementation is the key. Okay, very good. So that is what I mentioned. LIT, learn, implement, and teach. Very, very powerful to shorten your mastery on any of the subject. Okay, you want to anything you want to learn. Okay, you want to learn tabla, you want to learn guitar, you want to learn basketball, whatever skill, whatever thing you want to do, learn, implement, teach is the shortest way to master that skill. Okay, it's a proven technique, by the way. Now, as a trainer, if your students does not understand the concept, understand this. If your students don't understand the concept, there is a high chance that you have not understood the concept. Listen to me very carefully. So first thing is that your understanding of the concept is very, very important. So start building a strong foundation in the concept of Lean Six Sigma. Study the various tools, techniques used in the methodology, in this DMAC methodology. There are, if you make the list, in the green belt level, there are around 20-25 tools. In the black belt and green belt combined, you have around 70 tools or so. If you add master black belt as well, it would be more or less around approximately 100 tools, not more than that. And every tool you need to master, but you need to understand the concept. And whenever it is required, you should be able to. And there are few tools which are basic tools, which are absolutely required for any project, like project charter, SIPOC, hypothesis testing, control chart. These are the basic fundamental tools which will be required, Pareto chart, all these things, okay? Which will be required in absolutely every project. So as you go along, you will become master in that. But understanding concept is very, very important. Whenever the students, the audience is not able to grasp the concept, it's an indication that you have not understood. It's not your training skill. It's the understanding of the concept itself. Now understand this. For example, so this is my reading. You will never find this hypothesis anywhere. It's 80-20. It's 80-20. Now, if you give a training, now understand this. If you give a training, and after the training, you ask the feedback. Have you understood? And people said, no, we haven't understood. What does it indicate? It indicates your understanding of the concept was not clear, and 20% is your training and communication skill. Understand this. It might be because of training and communication skills as well. But you have understood the concept, but you don't know how to communicate it. That can also happen. But 80% of the time, it is your concept was not fundamentally clear. How many of you got it? Just type yes in the chat box. I'm giving you deeper insights about the training, guys. If you really want to become a good trainer, these are the deeper insights. You will never get this 80-20 principle in this. 80% understanding of the concept and 20% the communication skill. A lot of people say train the trainer, meaning the communication. No, it is the concepts training first. It's the fundamental first, and then the training. Then the how to communicate and body language and all those things. Okay. Yes. Very good. Yeah, that's what. Prepare your own notes. I've already covered this. So please do that. How many of you have started preparing the notes? Just type me in the chat box. How many of you have the green belt, black belt notes? And I always show this. My 20 years notes still with me. I don't know whether these are readable. You can see here. Okay, not readable. It's just going. But these are very old notes. You can see, which are still there with me. Okay, I'm still referring those notes. So please do that. Don't shy away. It will be a one-time. Where shall I get the notes? Notes you have to prepare for yourself. Notes is something like prepare your own notes. Okay. Even if I share my notes, you will not understand it. Understand it? Okay. Even if I share my notes, it will not be effective for you because that is how I understood the topic. That is how what you can say, have connected with my own examples, right? So your example could be different, your experience could be different. So that is how, and we have given some sample notes as well in your curriculum. Okay, we have given some sample notes. Let me show you that. Let me show you that. So let me open the green belt. Yeah, just give me a second. Let me open the green belt curriculum. Look at it. So whenever you open the green belt curriculum, look at this. Please prepare your own notes, sample in the bracket. If you can click on start, you will find some sample notes over here. Okay, this is your green belt certification course. Are you clear? Just type yes in the chat box. So, reference notes are given here. We found there are few notes, few people have made very, very nicely, the notes very nicely. So we kept it as a standard with their permission. Okay, clear? So you can just refer them and prepare your own notes. And we always, what you can say, encourage you to share those notes with the, with the mentor, so that mentor can also correct you, can give some feedback, etc. Okay, super. Sure, let me go back. Yeah, and master class archive. Now, for the new people, the live sessions, whatever happen on on Monday and Saturdays, okay, we keep the recording of the live session in the folder called master class archive, with the title of the subject which we discussed and the date as well. Okay, and once you open this archive, which is a collection of all the recordings, you just scroll it down at the bottom, you will find this. Okay, now whenever you are learning a subject, after you learn the subject in the green belt or the black belt curriculum, come to the masterclass archive and go in the search option, and just put that topic here there. You will find lot of what you can say, sessions which are taken where we go deeper into the practical aspects of it. Okay, so this is one of the very good resource given to you. Please make the most out of it. Okay, now, like for example, this is the live session which is happening. And in the live session, we go deeper into the aspects of training. I could have given you 10 slides presentation, but I'm going a little deeper I'm sharing my experience, my understanding of it. Okay, so those kinds of deeper aspects are covered in the masterclass archive. See, we cannot do the, what you can say, the course in every section. If I do it for 1 hour or 2 hours, nobody will complete the course. So course has to be very crisp and concise format of it. And this is where we go deeper into each and every aspect. So for example, in the Minitab section, or let's say Pareto analysis. So I would have covered Pareto in 4 to 5 minutes in the course, but we will take a lot of practical aspects of Pareto in the projects or in the real life scenarios in the masterclass archive. Are you understanding? So we explain the concept in the course, and in the archive we go deeper into the concepts in the practical aspects of it. Clear? Just type yes in the chat box, especially the new people. So use this resource provided to you in whatever format. And I think there are some 300 odd videos here. Okay, huge work has gone through. Almost 300 plus videos with 1.5 hours of content. You can just increase the speed of the video. Always you can go for 1.5 to 2x if you are comfortable with, and listen to it. But it will add a lot of value to you. Okay. See, we are discussing about how your understanding of the subject can go to the next level. Okay. Like for example, if you want to teach 10 standard student, you should be at least 12 standard, no? So that is what we are discussing here. Okay. Very good. Read books. How many of you have started going to ebook library? And I'll show you something very special. I'll share. In the ebook library, we have something like 100 plus books. Okay. Apart from that, okay. In the green belt, now this is the same curriculum which I showed you, green belt. In the green belt as well as in the black belt, let me show you that. If you scroll down, there is a small library given. I'll show you that. Control phase is done. Can you see ebook library? Okay. So Six Sigma for Dummies. then Six Sigma for everyone. And what is Six Sigma? These are the 3 books given. If you click on start, then you can just scroll it down. You will find, can you see here? You can download this as well. All these books you can download as well. Are you clear? Similarly, we have got some 10 books in the Black Belt library as well. In the Black Belt curriculum, there is a library where you can just open that, scroll it down, and you can download those books, and then you can use it, read it as many times as possible. Okay, you can put it in the chat GPT to summarize it as well. That is also a fantastic way of reading. First read the structure, then summarize it. Okay, then go deeper into each and every aspect. This is how I read the books. First I read the index page. Okay, then once I read the index page, then I put that complete book into the chat GPT and ask it to summarize. Once it gets summarized, then whichever topic I need to go deeper, I go into the book and understand the entire topic. This is how I read basically. Clear, huh? So take help of these books. These books will give you a lot of practical cases, around this, and give you your in-depth analysis. And just schedule your studies. At least study for, I would say, 30 minutes every day if possible, right? And in the weekend, maybe you can just increase it to 1 hour. So every day 30 minutes and weekend 1 hour should be the right way of it. If during the days, weekdays, you're not finding any time, then just you can focus on the weekends itself. Maybe you can just put 2 to 3 hours in the weekend, and you can study this. And again, the same thing, you can let's say green belt. The green belt topics you can break down into phase-wise manner. Okay, maybe one phase in 1 week, kind of a strategy you can develop, or maybe 2 phases in 1 week, and then you can revision you can do later. Those kinds of strategy also you can do according to your time availability and your speed of learning. Okay, you can plan that. Yeah, so learn through real life project case studies. That will be the most. That's what learn, implement. So that I stands for implementation. So that comes from the real life project case studies. Your understanding will go deeper the moment you implement it, and your confidence also. See, this is such a proven methodology, just like the law of gravity. If you just follow this DMAC framework, no, you will absolutely get the result no matter what. Okay, see, whether you hit the target or not, that is a secondary thing, but you will definitely get the improvement. That is absolutely proven. No, there is no exception. But you have to follow this DMAC framework: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Okay, you'll definitely get. And you just have to have 1 or 2 successful projects. Your confidence will go skyrocketing. Okay, that's my promise. That's what you have to, what can I say, innovatively think. Where can I get those real life projects? Are you understanding? Yeah. Then get hands-on experience as a team member first. In the beginning, you should take experience as a team member of the in the project. As a, let's say, yellow belt certified or a green belt certified. As a team member, you should work. Okay, and then same thing, hands-on experience as a team leader, as a driving the project. Both experiences are different. To drive the project, you require different skill set. To be a team member of the project, you require a different skill set. Okay. So of course, as a Lean Six Sigma certified people, we are expected to drive the project, but before becoming the captain of the project, first you become the team member of the project, and then you become a captain of the project. Okay. So first you become a player, and then you become a captain. Like that, you have to take your experience. Okay. And Minitab. This is very, very important. Minitab requires a lot of practice. Okay, this is something which a lot of people will forget over the period of time. Okay, so whenever you are using Minitab, more and more time you focus on Minitab. I have given a lot of what you can say insights about Minitab, how to generate data from Minitab. There are some folders, inbuilt data folders in the Minitab, how to access them. Everything is there. In our curriculum also, there are all Minitab files. Let me show you them as well quickly. So let me show you in our curriculum, there are Minitab files for your practice already given in the green belt, in the black belt level, everywhere. You can see here. So this is the green belt course. In the green belt itself, you can see the Minitab where you can download Minitab here. You just click on start, and you can just download Minitab. Okay, I'll explain you later. And then in the measure phase, where the actual Minitab work starts, you will find, for example, look at this. time series plot, for example, let's say time series plot. So this is the video explanation of it. And whenever you find this symbol, okay, remember this symbol, guys. Whenever you find this symbol in our curriculum, let me draw this symbol. This one, okay, it looks like this. This is a download symbol. That means whenever you find, and there is a circle around it, okay? So whenever you find this symbol, it means the file is downloadable. Understand this, okay? This symbol represents, it's a video lecture like this. It's a camera, right? It's a camera. So this is a video lecture. And this is a PDF document. This is a PDF document, which may not be downloadable, okay? So there is a video, there is a downloadable. So wherever you find downloadable, so you can see box plot, then downloadable Minitab. And whenever Minitab, let me show you, there are multiple files given. It's not only one file, there are multiple files given. Let me show you time series plot. Let me open it. If I click on that, okay, no, I've just opened the video lecture of it. Let me go back. So whenever you click the, so that is time series plot, Minitab exercises. When I click on start, you'll find downloadable files. Okay. Yeah, you can see here, there are two files given. And these two X files are Excel files. Okay. So for in some cases, if your what you can say Minitab version is a different version, then you can download these Excel files and copy and paste on your Minitab version and start doing it. Okay. So these are two examples. Similarly, every time there are various examples folders given in your curriculum itself. Are you clear? The new people, especially, just type yes in the chat box. So for your Minitab exercises, you need not to struggle with the data. Okay. You have ample amount of data given. You can start trying with your own data, your own process data that will give you a lot of clarity. And whenever you get stuck, okay, whenever you get stuck, this is a number. Everybody, I think, should be aware of this. Yes. So this is a WhatsApp number. Please save if you have not saved this number, please save this number. This is the mentor's WhatsApp number. Okay. This is only and only for messaging, not for calling, because all the mentors, including me, during the day's time. See why we are in the evening time? Because during the day's time, we keep on traveling, we keep on giving training in the corporates or in somewhere, okay, online, offline. So we may not be able to immediately respond to your call. And in our community, there are more than 4,000-5,000 paid participants, right? So if everybody starts calling, it will be difficult to handle. So send a message, and you would have experienced this. How many of you have experienced the moment you send a message, you get immediate answer within 1 or 2 hours? How many of you have experienced even faster than that? How many of you have experienced? Because see, even during training, whenever we are on the break, we just quickly respond to those queries. Yes or no? Yes. So this is the fastest way. Don't go for the email. Email communication is also there. I will give you email ID as well, just for the new people. It is admin@sparringgaming.com. But so this is the email communication if you choose, but that will be the slow responding thing. Okay. If WhatsApp is the fast train, email is the slow train. So you choose your option. Better to go for WhatsApp messaging. At the most, if the message is bigger, then you can just send a voice note. That's the best time. Okay, the voice note is the best option. Just speak, open the WhatsApp. There is a mic button. Click on the mic button and speak whatever is your query and just send that. It will reach out. Okay, clear hand? Yes, fantastic. So this is how Minitab can anything. And let's say wherever you have done the Minitab exercises. Okay. And you have not understood some aspect, just take a screenshot, send it to us, and we will respond to it. Whoever is, it's a common number given to all the mentors. Okay, so whoever is available, they quickly respond. Okay, it's a common number given. Okay, chalo. Yeah, and take the exams. That is most important. And a lot of people earlier, we found that they took the admission to the green belt, black belt, master black belt, but they're not completing their certification. Certification is not the end of the game. It's a beginning of the journey. Write this down. The new people especially. Old people know this. Certification is the beginning of your journey, not the end. When you became engineer, when you became graduate, that's the beginning of your career, not the end of your career. Okay. So always remember this. For other institutes, certification is tata bye bye. Thank you very much for joining us. For us, it's a journey. Maybe you can say it's one what you can say milestone achieved, a milestone ticked. But taking examination, you need to study, you need to revise, and that will give you some kind of boost. Okay. So yellow belt, green belt, black belt, master black belt. These are 4 exams we have sequentially. So please, make your own schedule. Okay. We have kept it completely open according to you because everybody is on their own lifespan. Somebody, they don't have any time to study. So they can plan that next 6 months, I will complete all these 4 aspects. Yellow belt is already done. So only 3 left: green, black, and master black. Okay. So then how you can plan it accordingly. But do not skip the certification exam. Now we have started the hackathons regularly. So in the hackathon, you can join and revise the complete course in a fast track manner and give the examination on the 3rd day. That is how you can do it. First week generally is the green belt hackathon. Second week, is the black belt hackathon. But in the black belt, what happens is the number becomes lesser. So our team is suggesting why can't we do black belt hackathon once in 2 months. Okay, that is something which we are discussing now. So green belt is happening every month, first week. Okay, first week or second week, it depends on something comes up, some festival or some travel, etc. So first or second week it will happen. Okay, yeah. So but take certification exam, very very important for your in-depth studies. Okay, yeah. So that's it about your understanding, taking your understanding of Lean Six Sigma to the next level. These are some of the tools. I'm going to share this presentation with you in the masterclass archive below the recording of this. Clear, everybody till now clear? Hai? Just give me yes in the chat box. Are you clear with this? If you follow this, you will become master in your subject first, then you become a better trainer. Okay, then all these things are training, communication skills, etc., etc. I will talk about it. Okay, now let me share a very important document first, and that important document is called checklist of the training. Now, when you become a trainer, okay, you go as a trainer and you see that your slide changer is not working. How many of your trainers here, just type me in the chat box? How many of you have given training, any kind of training in the past? Just type me in the chat box. Anybody? Okay, Amol and Ashok and okay, a lot of people are fantastic. Yes, even internal also. It's not professional training I'm talking about. Even internal training also, if you have done. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people are trainers. Fantastic. Now, when you go to the training venue, especially, okay, especially the client's place, right? You are leading to a lot of surprises, mind you. Okay. Sometimes you go there and suddenly client realizes, oh, there is a training today, is it? Okay, यहाँ से लेके शुरुआत होती है. Correct? Are you understanding? So there are some procedures and processes to avoid such kinds of mishaps. Okay, so आप गेट पर आते हो, आपका कार गेट पर आता है, and client says, "Oh sir, today was a training, is it? Okay, so let me check, and then your heartbeat stops as well. That you have traveled all the way, and now the client says that, of course, there are certain things you need to do. So there is one tool which we follow in Lean Six Sigma, which can avoid these mishaps. You know what is the name of the tool? Anybody can guess the tool to avoid such kinds of mishaps in the training? What is the tool? Type in the chat box. The people who have green belt and the black belt certified or in the process of that being, type in the chat box. Which tool you should use to avoid these kinds of mishaps? Type in the chat box, everybody. Checklist, okay. Very good. What else? Call one day before. Yeah, that's the process. That's the process. Checklist is very good. That's a very powerful tool. Calendar reminder. No, I'm not talking about. Yeah. No, I'm still waiting for that cause and effect. Not really cause and effect, but you are a little closer. Little closer. Time schedule, gamma AI. Nahi. Are the name of the tool is failure mode and effect analysis. Write this down. FMEA. Everybody just type FMEA in the chat box. FMEA. FMEA is a tool It's called failure mode and effect analysis. What does it mean? It means where my training can fail. Where can I get such kinds of heart attacks? Where can I get such kinds of, surprises? To avoid these surprises, what can I do? So there is a tool called failure mode and effect analysis. And we have done a FMEA in the training because of this lot of experience we had in the past. And we have created a checklist for you guys, which I'm going to give you, right? In the recording, below recording. Okay, let me just quickly take you guys through that checklist, where this is for the what you can say offline training programs. Okay, offline training programs. You can, yeah. So how to do the FMEA? You will find out in the green belt curriculum itself. Okay, FMEA का पूरा subject topic दिया हुआ है. There are some practical examples भी है, उसमें आप देख लीजिए. Okay, how to create FMEA. Now, this is a checklist for the training classroom requirement. Okay, let's understand this. It seems like very childish, but checklist has to be childish. Do not assume anything. Okay, for example, projector available and working. Both questions are very, very important. Huh? If you only ask, is projector available? They will say yes. And when you go to the office, उनका एक ऑफिस बॉय ना वो कबर्ड के ऊपर चढ़ेगा और वहां से एक प्रोजेक्टर निकालेगा, उसके ऊपर धूल रहेगी, and he will clean it up. Sir, this projector was purchased 3 years ago and it was never used. You said projector available, we said yes, but is it working? It's a question mark. So both are very, very important. Okay, projector screen available. Are you working? Are you using that? Okay, there are some various types of screens are there. So is it readily available and in workable condition? AV equipments available, working. Working is very, very important. Whiteboard, markers, eraser available or not. Network connection, very, very important. There are certain videos. Yeah, this was happening in important. Yes, exactly. These things. So last 20 years, we are experiencing these kinds of heart attacks every time. So we have made nowadays we don't, but earlier we have done this a lot. Okay. So network connection, because sometimes we have to run the videos, sometimes we have to, show some files, etc. We are on the internet, which are, okay. So we require the network connection to be there. Then electrical outlets, okay, charging points properly available. Otherwise, your laptop battery will be drained out in 2-3 hours, and then it will be gone, right? Sufficient chairs and the tables. I'll show you what is the best sitting arrangement for the training. Okay, for the training, you should never have the old training, what you can say, sitting arrangement. Let me show you that. So let's say, for example, if you are standing here and the old one is like this, the school wala thing, like these are the benches and students are sitting like this. Okay, 4 students on left side, 4 students on the right side kind of arrangement. So this is the old arrangement. I don't prefer this. I don't prefer this arrangement. Rather than which one I prefer is, I call them as a gypsy arrangement, like this. Circular table, if they are available. Okay, if you are doing it in a hotel, a 5-star hotel, or something like that, then they can make simple arrangement. They just ask you what kind of table arrangement you need. So people, like, let's say there are 20 people in the room, so everybody 5 people in each table. Okay, so why it is important? Then you can play a lot of exercises with them and give them some kind of what you can say, exercises, and then you can ask them to present as a team, and as a team you can give them the ranking or the training. Okay, task you can say. Yeah, so this is the best arrangement I have seen. If this is not possible, the second best arrangement can be a U layout, like this. This also can be a good sitting arrangement. Don't make our college and school wala sitting arrangement. That does not serve the purpose, because it does not allow you to travel through all those participants. Because see, as a trainer, you should be able to travel inside the room freely. That is one of the very important what you can say, requirement. Okay, so that's about the chairs and tables and sitting arrangement. Air conditioning. Now, during training, most of the times, we are with the blazers and the ties on. Okay, if the air conditioning is not proper, then then it's a it's very difficult condition. Okay, and then you are what is it, cleaning your forehead and all. It shows a nervousness sign to the client rather than it is becoming hotter. Okay, and then lights availability is also very, very important. I don't remember exact number, but there are certain lux. You should have more always in the training hall. If you reduce the lux, then people might feel sleepy because see, in Lean Six Sigma, there are some subjects like statistics. Okay, sometimes it becomes a little heavier and people might go to sleep. Okay, especially after the lunchtime. Okay, then arrangement of the refreshments, etc. The chocolates and the water and all the other stuff. So safety equipments like fire extinguisher, secure the cords. This is something which is very, very, yeah, 350 lux at least. Okay. Yeah, more than 1,000. I don't know. I don't know exact number. I'll let you know. Okay. I knew that number. I just forgot exact number. Okay. I'll just confirm that. Okay. Now, this is very, very important. Second point. See, fire extinguisher is also important, but equally cords and the cables. A lot of times, the projector cord and the people with their laptop, their cords are, all over the place. So while traveling across, you might trip and, it can, what you can say, the equipment damage also can happen. You also can get injured. Someone else also can get injured. Okay. So these ones should be very well ducted and very well taped. Okay. So that nobody can trip because of that. And room free of dangerous substances, inflammable material, etc., should not be there. Okay, and environment should be clean. If it's a messy environment, like if you remember the old government offices, like post offices, all those things, if you remember, those kinds of environments should not be there for in the training. Otherwise, that does not create that energy. Okay, which is required for the training. Okay, then participant specific requirement is set all training documents and the course material for each participant. So what we do is before the training starts, the printed deck of the the PDF is already in front of them. Okay, so that when they come and reach there, they already have a copy of that. Okay, adjust the projector brightness, etc. Room lights properly. Then check the markers, colors, readability on the whiteboard. Check the ergonomically correct sitting. Okay, check visibility of the flip chart. Flip charts are very, very important, and take some additional flip charts. Flip charts are the white paper charts which you can use for explanation. And the same, those people generally, what I have experienced, that after the training is done, then those people take that flip chart and go away. Okay, that is for their reference. Otherwise, it is not of any use for us. Okay, so those flip charts are very, very valuable for them. Some people stick that flip chart in the training room for some time so that other people also can refer that. Okay. And then enough table space for the material and equipments for such participants. Plug points, because nowadays everybody carry laptops, so laptop plug points should be there. Set of air conditioned and comfortable temperature, water bottles and a glass. Okay. Trainer specific projector connection, clean whiteboard, plug point for your laptop. Okay, as a trainer, your laptop is also requires that, and enough space for movement. Don't constrain yourself in a very tidy space, so that you should not move freely. Okay, and trainer's kit. Okay, there is trainer's kit, which is a simulation kit. So for the master black belt people, I'm going to give the detailed kit. What kind of during the training program, what kind of simulation we can play. Okay, those simulations you can easily basically follow that, and it's very simple and it's very economical as well. That entire kit would cost you around 300-400 rupees, not more than that. Okay, maximum 500 rupees, and your client HR also can easily arrange it. Okay, just like scissors and papers, etc. Very, very simple stuff. Okay, so that's it, a simple one. Apart from that, if you are conducting Six Sigma as well, where Minitab is required, so Minitab trial version you can ask them to download, because during the training generally we prefer the trial version, because the paid version is there with the client most of the times. Okay, the people who are doing the Lean Six Sigma projects or the training, those clients most of the times have the the Minitab version, okay, paid version. Clear? Are you understanding? So I'm just going to keep this, give you this checklist, okay? So only Minitab is not included. You can add Minitab as well for this. So this is a generic, this one checklist for any training. Okay, you can use this for any kind of training. Yeah, that's what I just made it a generic. Clear, hand? Just give me yes in the chat box. Just give me yes. Now this is how you can, once you go through. So first you go deeper into your understanding of the subject. Then you take the checklist, make sure everything is in place, and then you start performing. And while performing, I'll just show you some few slides which might give you some insights. Some of the aspects I've already spoken about, but let me just share that with you. Okay. I don't know whether, yeah. Now, why Lean Six Sigma training skill is so important? Just try to understand this. Why we are speaking this? Okay. Okay. It's visible, right? Okay. Fair enough. So the most important is LIT. We have already spoke about learn, implement, and teach. And black belt and master black belt job description include training as a mandatory skill. And that's why how to train the people, that skill is very, very important us for to learn and to master. Okay. Yeah. So companies who are not using Minitab, then we can ask them to purchase a Minitab soft copy. So during the training program, we can, we can just download the trial version, which is okay for the training, which remains there for 30 days. And after that, for the company, see, Lean Six Sigma, so Minitab software is costing around 1.5 lakh rupees yearly subscription. That's why I don't prefer for the individuals to purchase it. Okay, that's what we have done this arrangement, right? But for the company, it's not a big deal to purchase it, right? And it's an important software, and it gives a lot of added advantage to the practitioners. So one license copy among 3-4 groups, it's good enough. Okay, so that way you can suggest that. Now, make the fundamentals clear. We have already spoken about this. Is very, very important. Now 7 seconds rule. Now this is very, very important. Now this is one aspect while training. Okay, imagine your fundas are clear, you have understood the checklist, your training is arranged properly. Now you are delivering the training. Imagine you are delivering the training. What should be remembered? Whether it is an online training or the offline training, this is applicable in every area. Okay. There was a what do you say? Study done on the TED Talks. How many of you are aware of TED Talks? TED and TEDx. TED Talks सबको पता है. On YouTube videos you'll find TED Talks. TED Talks. Are you aware of this? Yeah, everybody. Yeah, if you're not aware, TED is a platform where there are speakers globally. They're experts in their subject. Yes, TED Talks. Yes, TED Talks. TED Talks. So, and if you're not aware, please go on YouTube and please just type TED Talks. You will find the channel of TED official channels, and there are so many videos. Okay, there are fantabulous speakers you will see explaining their own concepts. Okay, in a very short span, and it is very well organized talks. Okay, now one institute did some survey on that. Okay, there are few TED Talks who got views in thousands, and there are few TED Talks who have gone their views on millions. I'm not saying 1 million, it's millions. Now, what were the difference? And after understanding, after deep diving into that, they found this 7-second rule. What is that rule? Just try to understand. And if you understand this, it can open up a new avenue in the public speaking and the training as well. 7-second rule says, see, when we start the training initially, so initial is a judgmental phase. Judgmental meaning those people will look at you and they will observe you. They will judge you first. They will not accept you as a trainer. They will not accept you as a as a speaker, as a guru, or whatever it is, right? First few seconds are, and after a lot of survey, they have finalized it's a 7 second it takes for a human being to accept that person as a trainer, as a speaker, and they will continue listening. Understand this, huh? Now, for the TED talk, generally TED talk is around 15 minutes. Approximate 15-minute talks are there. Now, people immediately switch off to the other video within 7 seconds. If within 7 seconds that subject, that trainer, the body language, the vocab is not giving them that boost, okay, that dopamine boost, then people will kind of turn away from that video. And that rule we can also use. How we can use this? We can always start with a very, very high energy. Always remember this. Start with a very, very high energy. Now tell me, how many of you have taken admission seeing me in the live session and my energy? Just type yes in the chat box if you have done that. It was Lean Six Sigma and certification, it's all, but it was my energy, the level of the energy which was maintained during that session. How many of you are agreeing with that one? And of course, I'm also learning from my trainers, my gurus, etc. So this actually makes the impact. Understand? If your energy is low, your audience is absolutely your mirror image. Understand this? If your audience is sleeping, that's my last slide in this presentation. It's a wake-up call for you. Write this down. This is a very important sentence. If your audience is sleeping, it's a wake-up call for the speaker, for the trainer. And see, statistics is not something which, you have to create that enthusiasm. Okay, you have to create some stories, you have to create some practical examples, something like that, so that people will feel that energy and they will connect. Okay, so 7 second rule says, first 7 seconds connect with a very high energy and then start the work. Show your confidence, show your authority in the subject, give some punchlines in the first 7 seconds so that people will get glued to what you are saying. Okay, so this is where 7 second rules apply. Okay, now the next one is it's body and not just language. A lot of people focus on the vocabulary. Now, whenever public speaking platforms and the experts, when they analyze more than the verbal communication, people get the body language. So it's your body, how your body is moving, and your body should be moving very freely. It should be very free movement of your body, your hand gesture, your your facial expressions, rather than your language. Your language will have, again, 80-20. If I have to make the point, 80% body and 20% is your language, what you're speaking. So your body makes huge impact. Even I'm seeing only this much. Okay, still I'm using my hand gestures, the facial expressions, even my tonality also. Sometimes I speak, understand this. Whenever I speak like this, that means I want you guys to focus. How many of you have noticed this? Now listen to me very carefully. Have you noticed this? The change in the tonality? How many of you have experienced this? Listen to me very carefully. The moment I say listen to me very carefully, okay, if you're seeing over here and there, you'll immediately start focusing. Okay, something important is coming. This is what the tonality and the body language comes into picture. Very, very important. Okay. Now, one major mindset block is that, sir, we are not expert yet. How can we teach people? How many of you have that kind of block in your mind? We are not yet experts. How can we teach? हमको ही confidence नहीं है हमारे ऊपर. How many of you have that kind of roadblock immediately? Yes or no? Yes? Fantastic. So I'm not saying that day one you should start master black belt training. No. Let's say today you have learned Pareto analysis. Understand this. Okay. Today, if you have learned Pareto analysis, okay, Can you teach Pareto analysis to your subordinates, to your team members who are working with you during the coffee? Arey, yesterday in our Lean Six Sigma class, we learned Pareto. It's a fantastic concept here. We can just implement it in our customer complaint and defects rejection, etc. And we can just prioritize what are the top 20 rejection or the defects which are contributing 80% of the losses. That's it. So you should know a little ahead than them. That's it. When I say you should be master, it's a process. It's a process of digging deep into the subject. But you should know one step ahead than them, and that is good enough to start, to begin with. And it's all about starting the journey. Starting the journey is the most important thing. When our car requires the biggest power, the most of the power is required in the beginning. The first gear is the power gear, right? That is the gear where we require the maximum amount of that energy to start moving. Once it is in the speed 100 kilometers per hour, then we don't require that kind of energy, right? That momentum itself will take that. But so that is where you should start small and one step ahead. Understand? Only one step ahead. They know nothing about Lean Six Sigma. You know at least something. So it's a matter of something and nothing. Understand this? So something is always better than nothing. Yes. So this is where you should start, and starting is very, very important. Starting will remove that inertia from that. Okay. Promoted to higher level, that's give positive. Exactly. Promoted to the higher levels, that's give positive lives. Sometimes they left the organization. Okay, see, it's a part of the process. Understand? It's a part of the process. People will get trained and leave the organization. If your organization does not provide that kind of promotions and opportunities for improvement, people are going to leave. And there could be various other reasons as well. You cannot stop that process, but that should not stop you from training people. Understand this? Okay, you are also getting better now. Learn, implement, and teach. Teaching is the best skill of learning. Teaching is the best what is the action you can do to learn that concept. You teach Pareto to somebody. If that person understands Pareto completely, that means you have understood it. How many of you have the bulb on moment right now? If that person understands Pareto thoroughly, if you can answer their each and every question, that means you have understood it thoroughly. It's a confirmation. It's a hypothesis tested. Your hypothesis, I know Pareto. Let's test it. Let's explain it. If that person understands it completely thoroughly, that means yes, your hypothesis is right. Clear hand? Very, very powerful, but very, very true. Okay. Yeah. Now this one is also very, very important. Engage. In the offline training, when you have a face-to-face training, 10 minutes rule, and in online 5 minutes rule. What does it mean? It means don't give lecture. I have seen professors in big colleges and universities. They come, they write something on the board for 45 minutes and they go. Okay, there is no communication. How many of you have experienced such kind of, hardly they will see over here, explain this. They don't care whether their students have understood it. Even students also don't care whether he's there or not. Okay. So it's not engagement. It's not fun. Okay. So engagement should be there. How you can create engagement? Just give them exercises. That's it. More and more exercises. In the online also, you can give exercises during training programs. Okay. And apart from that, after every 5 minutes in the online, if you remember, I always ask something to type. Okay. How many of you remember? Just type yes in the chat box. Just type yes in the chat box. Can you correlate with this? Every 5 minutes, I ask you guys to type something. And this is the part of engagement. Because I don't do that, then you become disengaged very easily. Then you will start yawning and you will, your surrounding will take over you. The moment I keep you engaged, that's very so practical engagement. Now in the offline, what I do, let's say I make them sit into these kinds of arrangement. No? That's what I mentioned. This kind of arrangement. Okay. Let's say if they're sitting like this, four people each on each table. Then let's say I explain them project charter. So I will give them the flip chart and I will ask them to make project charter. So 5 minutes explanation or 10 minutes explanation, 10 minutes practical. Again, 10 minutes explanation, 10 minutes practical. So keep them engaged like that. Then ask them to present. That's where their presentation skill also will get improved, because they have to, during these, what you can say, the toll gate reviews, they have to basically present it to the management. And a lot of people have the internal fear. How can I present to my MD? MD के सामने presentation कैसे करूं? If they have the experience of presenting, that will actually calm their nerves. Okay, that's how basically you have to handle. So engage them after every 5 to 10 minutes. This is a very, very important insight. You will never find in any of the kind of textbooks. Incorporate interactive activities like case studies. Minitab exercises are very good interactive activities. And the the games. There are a lot of games in Lean Six Sigma also. Okay, so that entire kit I'm going to put in the master class, master black belt curriculum itself, because those are the people who are going to be the full-time trainers, by default. Okay. Then make a structured breakup of the training. This is very, very important. Make a structured breakup. That means, let's say, for example, if your training is for, let's say, your training is for 6 hours, okay, completely. So you should have that complete. Can just share my screen. Okay. Yeah. So whenever you have this, let's say 6-hour training, so and you have the presentation, PowerPoint presentation deck, let's say for example, okay. Now, and you have some 100 slides with you. So you should have in the first hour, how many slides I'm going to cover. And every slide by slide, how many minutes I'm going to speak about the slide. Just you can just make it a section or maybe slide by slide. Initially, when you are new, maybe slide by slide you can write. When you become experienced, you can club a section of 10 to 15 or 20 slides, and I'm going to speak about it for 1 hour. Like that, you can just keep that complete structure breakup of the training and keep it in front of you. Always it should be in front of you, so that you should not get behind the timeline. You should be able to complete that entire content on time. Okay. So for that, you should have made, even after hundreds of training programs in Lean Six Sigma, I still make this kind of structure before every training. Okay. Even though it is by heart, but I still keep it in front of me on the piece of paper. Okay. Very, very important. Then tonality, as I said earlier, one of the example I always quote over here is, see, I'm coming from a manufacturing background. I'm coming from very, very big machines. Because I'm a mechanical engineer, basically. So I work with the machines, etc. a lot. I used to, of course. So naturally, I speak a little louder. My voice is a little louder. And in the foreign countries, especially in the foreign countries, especially in the service environment, there were feedbacks that I'm a very aggressive trainer. Okay. Yes, I speak very aggressively. So when I discuss this feedback with my mentor, when did I become aggressive? I'm a very calm and composed guy. So then my mentor basically spoke about the tonality part of it. The tone which I used was a little louder. Okay, a little more than decibel louder. So he has explained me to tone down whenever you are with a service environment or a software environment, or especially in the foreign countries. Okay, so the tonality makes a huge impact. A lot of people treat it as aggressive behavior rather than a. So tonality also makes sense. So make sure whenever you are going abroad for some training program, just check the cultural aspect of the people, how they, what they acceptable behavior. Okay, not acceptable behavior kind of thing, right? So that is very, very important aspect of it. Yeah, more content, less time is always manageable. Okay, this is very, very important. Huh? More content meaning, let's say you have a 1 hour training program and you have, let's say, 50 slides with you. Okay, that means you have more content and a limited time frame. This can be managed. But you have 1 hour training program and then you have only 4 slides with you. Okay, then less content and more time. This is disastrous for the trainer. Always remember this. So always carry some backup content with you readily available. Okay, this is very, very important. Otherwise, then you plan accordingly, properly. Your timing and your content should have that sweet spot management. Okay, it should not happen like, okay, a lot of content was there and you could not complete the content. And on the other side, there was very little content. We did not get much about it. Okay, so it should be a fair balance, but always more content is always advisable. So you can just rush through some of the slides, or rather than slides, you may explain the concept on the whiteboard, etc. Those are a lot of tricks you can do, but always keep more content in your in your archery, so that you can always manage it. Okay. Then in-house training program, whenever you are doing specific to that client, give domain specific example. In the pharmaceutical, give pharma example. In manufacturing, give manufacturing. In banking, give banking examples. If you have, of course, if you have. In open enrollment meaning anybody can join. Let's say, for example, this is called open enrollment, online open enrollment training, where give general examples. Don't give any specific industry example, because then other people will not be able to connect. So give general examples. So I always give such kind of tea making process, or your general public transport examples, etc., etc. I give very common and general in nature. Okay. Post lunch, it's called trainer's graveyard. Okay, because post lunch is a heavier session after every heavy meal. Okay, after half an hour, after you complete the meal, half an hour after that, your digestion system starts, and your entire body, the blood flow goes into your stomach, and your brain starts to starve for your for the blood, for the oxygen. Basically, blood provides the oxygen. Lesser the blood supply, lesser is the oxygen. So always remember, as a trainer, you should have the very light lunch. Okay, do not have very heavy non-vegetarian kind of oily non-vegetarian, biryanis वगैरह बहुत heavy मत खा लेना, because as a trainer also, if the trainer is yawning, as I said earlier, your audience is your reflection, so they will also start yawning. Okay, so post lunch is a trainer's graveyard. You as a trainer eat a little less than your regular meals. Okay, that's my suggestion. And for the audience, always keep the water bottle next to the audience. Okay, and always what you can say, Madhya Pradesh is full, and always ask them to sip. Okay, I always do this. Chalo, let's quickly relax yourself. Let's do exercise. There is a bottle in front of you. Okay, keep that bottle in your hand, so they will keep that. Okay, open that. Okay, just take a couple of sips and just keep that bottle again, and bottle it up. So all these kinds of tricky things you can do just to make them that they have to be awake. Second thing is that never take any heavy extra what you can say theoretical topic during this time. Always keep it moving. Always keep it moving. Activity time. After lunch is always activity time, especially after half an hour. Let's say your lunch was 1 to 2. So after 2:30, do not keep any kind of heavy subject. Theoretical subject, no. Only activity, moving around, etc., etc. Okay. And for the trainer, you can ask ChatGPT. You can search on internet. There are so many, mood lightening exercises are there. You can just try out them just to relax them up as well during the training. Okay. And this is the last one, as I already spoke about it. If your audience is sleeping, is the time to wake up the trainer. Okay, that's it from my side for today's session. Now I'm absolutely open. Did you find any value in this session today? Just type yes or no in the chat box. Again, this is engagement. Are you understanding? After every session, I ask this question. Okay. Yes, finding some insights about the training. Correct? Very good, very good. And why this is very, very important? Some part of it I had taken maybe 3 months ago, but I added some new flavors. I added a checklist. Checklist was not included, so checklist also have added. So this will give you a lot of insights. And as my what you can say recommendation is, everybody in our community should be a master graduate. Whoever is going out, in the market, in the industry, should be the master black belt from our community. Okay, and they should feel proud that yes, we are the part of this SNG community of the. Okay, fantastic. So on this note, I will be open for the question answer. Now, this question answer session is you need